museum, 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 museum. Bracelet, bracelet, bracelet. Necklace, necklace, necklace. Portrait, portrait, portrait. Jewelry, jewelry, jewelry. Sculpture, sculpture, sculpture. Clay, clay, clay. Artifacts, artifacts, artifacts. Tool, tool, tool.
Exercise 1. Look, listen and read. How many statues are there?
Today we're at the museum. There are lots of things to see.
Miss Mona says we will visit a room with lots of jewelry first.
After the jewelry, we have tools and clay artifacts.
We have our pens and pencils to draw some of the things we see. It's very interesting. How many statues are there?
There are 7 statues.
1. Look, listen, and write. 1.
Bracelet,
2.
necklace,
3.
portrait,
4.
jewelry,
5.
sculpture,
6.
clay,
7.
artifacts,
8.
tool.
1. Look,
Exercise 1. Read and choose A or B.
1. Today the children are at the museum. A. 2. The children's teacher, Miss Mona, is with them. B. 3. Miss Mona wants to look at some jewelry first. A. 4. After that, they'll see some tools. A. 5. Then they'll see some clay artifacts. B. 6. The children have pens and pencils to draw different things. B.
Exercise 2. Ask and answer. What's number 1?
It's a bracelet. It's made of wood. It's brown and beige. I think it's beautiful.
Exercise 3. Play Guess the Artifact.
I went to the museum and it was big. It was made of clay.
Was it a tool?
No. It looked like a person.
Was it a sculpture?
Yes, it was. Exercise 1. Look, find and write.
Artifacts. Artifacts. Necklace. Portrait. Portrait. Jewelry. Jewelry. Bracelet. Bracelet. Sculpture. Sculpture. Clay. Clay. Tool. Tool.
Exercise 2. Read and write.
1. You wear this around your wrist.
Bracelet.
2. It is made of stone and it might look like a person or an animal.
Statue. Statue.
3. You wear this around your neck.
Necklace. Necklace.
4. A natural material you use, make pots, plates, jugs or statues.
Clay. Clay.
5. Lots of different things you might see in a museum.
Artifacts. Artifacts.
6. You use this to make things.
Tool. Tool.
7. A painting, drawing or photograph of a person.
Portrait. Portrait.
8. Beautiful objects made of precious metals that we wear as decorations on ourselves.
Jewelry.
Exercise 1. Listen, read, and say. 1.
I've got some clay. I'm making 1 cup. I've got some clay. I'm making 1 cup. I'm making 2 cups. I'm making 2 cups. I'm making 3 cups. I'm making 3 cups. We're drinking some water. We're drinking some water.
Exercise 2. Read and complete.
We can count.
Books. Portraits. Sculptures. Tools.
We can't count.
Clay. Metal. Water. Wood. Cloth.
Exercise 3. Look around you. Count or point and say.
There are 5 pens.
I can see some paper.
Exercise 4. Look, read and match.
1. How many bracelets are there?
C. There are
2. How much clay is there?
D. There is a lot of clay.
3. How much wood is there?
E. There isn't any wood.
4. How many sculptures there?
A. There are 2 sculptures.
5. How much water is there?
B. There isn't a lot of water.
6. How many books are there?
F. There aren't any books.
Exercise 5. Look at exercise 4 again. Write the items on the charts.
1. Sculptures. Sculptures. 2. Books. Books. 3. Bracelets. Bracelets. 4. Clay. Clay. 5. Water. Water. 6. Wood. Wood.
Exercise 6. Read and circle.
1. How much wood is there?
There's a lot of wood.
2. How many bracelets are there?
There are 2 bracelets.
3. How many portraits are there?
There are 4 portraits.
4. How much water is there?
There isn't enough water.
Exercise 1. Look at the chart and choose.
1. There are many portraits. 2. There isn't any metal. 3. Not much paper. 4. There is some cloth. 5. There are many museums.
Exercise 2. Read and circle.
1. He's making 2 cups. 2. I've got some paper from my project. 3. We need some wood to make a toy plane. 4. There are some bowls on the table. 5. Would you like some water? 6. Are there 4 chairs in the kitchen? 7. We need some clay for this project.
Exercise 1. Read, complete and answer using the words in the box.
1. How many necklaces are there?
There are 3 necklaces.
2. How much paper is there?
There isn't any paper.
3. How many tools are there?
There are 5 tools.
4. How much metal is there?
There isn't a lot of metal.
5. How much string is there?
There is a lot of string.
6. How many magazines?
There are 2 magazines.
Exercise 2. Read and complete with your own ideas from your class.
1. There isn't any clay.
Website. Website. Website.
Exercise 1. Read and think. Which answers do you agree with? You can tick more than one.
Do you like learning about the past?
A. No, I don't. I prefer to learn about things people make and do now. B. Yes, I do. I think artifacts and tools from the past are very interesting. C. It's okay. Some of the things you can see in museums are interesting, but others aren't.
How do you like to learn?
A. I like seeing things in museums. You can really understand what things were like in the past when you can see them. B. I prefer looking at things in books to visiting museums. I like having more time to read things. Museums can be busy. C. I like looking at websites because the images are interesting and you can follow links to see what interests you.
Why do we learn about the past?
A. Learning about the past shows us models of good behavior and teaches us to learn from the mistakes of others. B. Learning about the past helps us understand the things people do and say now. C. We can learn more about our culture by understanding our past.
Exercise 2. Discuss your answers with a friend. Do you have the same ideas?
I love learning about artifacts from the past.
I don't. I think the things we make and do now are much more interesting.
Exercise 3. Complete with your own ideas. Then compare with a friend.
With or against learn.
Exercise 1. 1. Read and tick or cross about yourself.
1. Learning about the past is really interesting. 2. I prefer learning about the present and not the past. 3. Looking at artifacts and tools from the past isn't interesting. 4. I prefer learning about the past from books or the internet. 5. I like being able to see things from the past in museums. 6. I think the past helps us understand the present. 7. I think things in museums are difficult to understand. 8. When we learn about the past, we can understand our culture.
Exercise 2. Read and tick about yourself.
When I visit a museum, I like to look at the artifacts. B. Have a drink and a snack in the cafe. C. Watch a video about the artifacts. D. Read about the artifacts. E. Buy a souvenir from the gift shop. F. Write about the artifacts when I get home.
Chur. Chur. Sculpture. 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 Chur. Chur. Sea creature. Sea creature. Sea creature. Chur. Chur. Adventure. 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 Jour. Jour. Measure. 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 Jour. Jour. Pleasure. 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 Jour. Jour. Treasure. Treasure. Treasure.
Exercise 1. Listen, point, and say.
Chur. Sculpture. Jure. Measure.
Exercise 2. Listen. Underline chur and jure.
Adventure. Treasure. Pleasure. Sea creature.
Exercise 3. Listen. Underline chur. Circle jure. Say.
Let's go on an adventure.
Yes, with pleasure.
In the museum, we will find some treasure.
Stop. What's that creature?
It's okay. It's a sculpture.
Use an apostrophe when there is a letter missing in a word. I don't like drinking coffee. I do not like drinking coffee. We also use apostrophes to show that something belongs to someone. That is Amar's bag. If something belongs to 2 or more people, the apostrophe is after the S. My grandparents' apartment is near the beach.
Exercise 4. Look and complete.
Exercise 5. Look and write the apostrophes. 1. It's Zane's football. 2. I've got some clay and I'm making a cup. 3. There aren't any sculptures in front of the museum. 4. Layla's book is on the teacher's desk. 5. Where's your parents' house?
Exercise 1. Listen, complete, and say.
Measure. Sculpture.
Exercise 2. Listen and write.
Pleasure. Pleasure. Treasure. Treasure. Sea creature. Sea creature. Adventure. Adventure.
Exercise 3. Listen. Underline chur. Circle jure. Say.
One. Let's go on an adventure. 2. We might see a scary creature. 3. Let's look for lots of treasure. 4. What a pleasure.
Necklace. 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 Painter. 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 Jewelry. Jewelry. jewelry, portrait, 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 sculpture, 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 clay, 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 tool, 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 artifacts, artifacts, artifacts.
Exercise 1. Look and read.
Ancient Egyptian art is famous all around the world. Today, we can see paintings, sculptures, jewelry and other artifacts from thousands of years ago. There are many statues and paintings in ancient temples. Because Egypt is a very dry country, the paintings and statues have survived for a long time. Archaeologists have also found lots of important artifacts in tombs for the pharaohs. People believe that these artifacts would help them in the afterlife. There were small models of boats, animals, people, lots of things that were important in daily life. Paintings in tombs often showed pictures of the person in the afterlife, too. Today we can see some of these objects in museums and learn about the past. Ancient Egyptians also made enormous sculptures, such as the statues of Ramses II at Abu Simbel. They are nearly 20 meters tall. The Great Sphinx of Giza is nearly 73 meters long. The size of these sculptures made them very important and powerful. Small sculptures and artifacts were made, too. These were very detailed and beautiful. Egyptians used precious metals such as gold, as well as wood and colored glass. The artifacts were often colorful. The most popular colors were blue, red, green, black and gold.
Exercise 2. Read again and match.
1. Archaeologist.
D. A person who studies artifacts to learn more about the past.
Tomb.
A. A place to put people who have died.
3. Gold.
E. An expensive metal for jewelry and other objects.
4. Afterlife.
E. Ideas about what happens after death.
5. Model.
C. A small statue or object that looks like a real thing.
Exercise 3. Read and answer.
1. Why can we see lots of objects from the past in Egypt today?
Because Egypt is a very dry country, the paintings and statues have survived for a long time.
2. What did paintings in tombs show?
Of the person in the afterlife.
3. Why did people put models in tombs?
People believe that these artifacts would help them in the afterlife.
4. Why were some sculptures and statues very big?
The sculptures made them very important and powerful.
Exercise 1. Look, find and write.
1. A small object that looks like the bigger real object.
Model. Model.
2. An expensive metal used for making jewelry and other objects.
Gold. Gold.
3. Someone who studies artifacts to learn more about the past.
Archaeologist. Archaeologist.
4. A place where people are put after they die.
Tomb. Tomb.
5. The life some people believe we live after we die.
Afterlife. Afterlife. Exercise 2. Read and write true or false.
There are lots of paintings, jewelry, sculptures and artifacts from ancient Egypt in museums today. They are thousands of years old. Archaeologists have also found important artifacts in the pharaohs' tombs. Artifacts are small models of animals, people and boats. The paintings show the pharaohs. The ancient Egyptians also made huge sculptures and they built amazing temples. The statues of Ramses II at Abu Simbel are nearly 20 meters tall. The Great Sphinx of Giza is nearly 73 meters long. The ancient Egyptians made small sculptures and artifacts, too. They used gold, wood and colored glass.
1. There aren't many ancient Egyptian artifacts in museums today.
False.
2. Archaeologists have found artifacts in the pharaohs' tombs.
True.
3. There weren't any paintings in the tombs.
False. Paintings show the pharaohs.
4. The ancient Egyptians didn't build many temples.
False. They build amazing temples.
5. You can see huge statues at Abu Simbel and Giza.
True.
6. The ancient Egyptians used gold and colored glass to make small sculptures.
True.